again, back is the incredible.
Welcome to episode number 2 of the UKrew presents The Lost Crates. I am your host, Hakeem, coming to you from... And this good-looking brother is...
Hey, it's your guy, J Mac. What's happening, people around the world? It's good to see y'all again.
Yeah, you all right, man? Where are you?
Oh, man, I just had to pull over, man. You know, I was driving, and this episode is kind of deep, you feel me? It's like, whoa, you know what I mean? So I just had to pull over, man. I'm in downtown Portland, actually, over by Omsey, just chilling, man. And, you know, I just wanted to kind of do this episode outside and put something in the wind for my boy, you know, DLB. You know, it's going to be a dope show. And Hakeem and I are happy that everybody's tuning in, checking us out.
Man, are we ever. Speaking of DLB, that is the focus of this episode. Shout out to Grand Jammer, DLB, Larry Bernard Bell. He be so mad. Rest in peace. His whole government name.
His whole government name.
Our brother.
You put the middle name and everything.
Yeah, what's cool about this
that was our guy, though, our big brother.
What's cool is we're gonna show this interview that my two brothers did. One of my brothers interviewing another one of my brothers, which I think is just amazing. And man, Jay, I'll let my boy Jay explain. Yeah, what we gonna see here, bro?
Oh, it's pretty dope, man. You know, Lavelle and I, we were working on a project, like you said, about 10 years ago. And it was a project in which I was like interviewing a lot of local DJs around the town, because we felt that the DJs didn't get their just dues, and they the ones that make the records, break the records, they make the people dance to the records, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, Jay, let's do some interviews and get some insights on the DJs and stuff, you know? So last week I was asking him, I said, man, that project we was working on, who all did I interview, right? He got the naming off all these people, and then he said, and then you got the one with Larry. I was like, I interviewed Larry? He said, yeah, bro, you don't remember? I said, man, I smoke a lot of weed, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he said it was at my spot out in Vancouver, and it was hot as hell. That I said, oh yeah, I remember. It was hot. Bro was putting the air conditioners in his spot, but it's like it's an opportunity time to do this interview because both Larry and I were busy. So that day worked out for us, but the air conditioning wasn't working out at all, as you'll see in this interview. And rest in peace to my big bro Larry. Y'all check it out.
Yo, right back at you. Wax Wars continuing on. Right now with one of the legendary DJs of the town. My dog, my road dog. We go back like Croker Sacks and White Poppin' Gloves. You know what I'm saying? My man DLB, aka the Grand Jam. What's going on, family? Right on, man. So check it, dog. During this documentary, I've been asking a lot of questions and whatnot as far as just enlightening people that don't know too much about DJing. I mean, in my opinion, y'all is like the backbone of the entertainment industry. You know what I'm saying? What would you describe to be a good DJ?
To me, it's like somebody who can feel the crowd. You know what I mean? Somebody who can who can set the move, who can reach them, get them in that frenzy. You know, get everybody rocking and let them cool down for a minute, get them back up, and you know, can mix in the new songs and keep the crowd on the floor.
Dig that.
That's a good DJ that can really read the crowd. It's just not about how good you can scratch or something like that, but can rock the crowd. You know.
What was it that got you into DJing?
The love of music and, well, to tell you the truth, I took it was a teacher back in grade school. He let us bring music in. Like if we all be quiet and stuff, I could take records to school, and took an old Ohio Players record to school.
Yeah.
That's back in the 70s, you know, waxed them big black CDs. But we took that to school, man, and you know, we got to play music, man, and everybody's like, oh, you got the cuts. And that was cool.
That's what's up. So you not only have DJ, like, you know, I remember contests back in the days when we had the big shows and stuff, and the tricks with the elbows and stuff, you know what I'm saying? How do you feel about the new technology? Because I know you started off on the turntables as well as a lot of DJs that started out DJing. So how do you feel about the newer additives to the game?
Well, some people say that it's not, but to me, I mean, if you can, I messed around with the stuff on the computer, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And if if it has the right, I mean, that's the original, that's where it comes from, but I've always been into technology, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like when I first saw the drum machine keyboard with MIDI like that, that was like the next step of evolution. So to me, some DJs don't like the new technology, but I think if you can still take it and use it to the fullest,
Why not?
as long as you rocking the crowd, you know, you always got somebody, oh, that ain't wax, but
Yeah.
if you moving the crowd, then that's all that matters.
Is it harder being like in your opinion? Because I know you've done like various clubs. You know what I'm saying? What's the key formula like for club DJs? Like for instance, I know you DJ like at some of the adult clubs, as well as you can rock nightclubs. What's the difference between doing it at an adult club, you know, strip club, y'all basically?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As compared to like a nightclub where cats out there getting a gig on. I know it's kind of a little bit different, but elaborate on that.
Yeah, well, to me, the main difference is like, you know, with the club, you really got to rock the crowd. You know, that way, with the strip club, it's more MCing than DJing. You know what I mean? You still have to pay attention to the crowd because you can tell what kind of crowds you got, and the girl might want to hear a certain song.
Yeah.
And you got your crowd hyped and spending money and having fun, and you might not want to play that particular song at that time. So you still have to read the crowd, but the adult game is more MCing. The dance club is more.
Yeah.
That's DJ, you know.
Getting it cracking.
Yeah.
Is it hard as a DJ? That's one thing I want to know. Is it hard, like, you know, with the strip club, you got a variety of people coming in there. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've been to certain clubs in which the DJ didn't play to the crowd. He more or less had like a set of records that he said, man, I'm gonna play these records. I don't care what the crowd say, what the girls say. I'm just gonna play these records. You know what I'm saying? Does it take like a high tolerance of music? Cause some of the requests that I know y'all get at the strip clubs can be a little outlandish and more maybe not be something that you listen to at home.
Right.
But do you have to have a certain tolerance for that type of music, or is it just something that come with the job?
It's kind of like something that comes with the job, and you have to, like I said, feel the crowd. If I'm in a strip club and I got a bunch of older rocker type dudes, then you know, me playing Lil Jon is not going to get them in the mood to spend money. You know what I mean? So, and it goes both ways. So
right.
It's like you kind of get a blend. Try to blend it as best as you can, you know, to satisfy the girl that you're playing the music for, but at the same time keep the crowd happy. So
that's what's up. Who are some of the DJs around the town that kind of like you know, inspired you, or that you think are doing their job? You know what I'm saying, out here, since you know, because I know you still in the game, but I know DJs in Portland and came, went. Some are still doing it. Some that moved out of town. Who are some of the cats that you know?
Like JW Friday, or go back to as far as Roy J. If y'all remember that far back.
Roy J.
Wow.
I remember Michael J.
Yeah, Roy J was like the first.
J.
He was before JW Friday.
He was on cable?
No, it was I think it was an AM station. I don't remember what it was called. That was like our first soul station.
Okay.
And he wasn't cool though. He's saying, you know, he gone.
I got
but then JW Friday.
Yeah.
He was an inspiration. And I was
big ups to J Dub. Big ups, man. I mean, one of the first cats in the town that played our music back in the day, so I gotta give it up for them cats. Anything you want to say to the up and coming DJs out there, man? As far as you know, just some game you want to give them?
It's cool to practice your skill. I mean, it's so much stuff. Just stay practicing your stuff, and don't get caught up in how good you are, because without without you moving the crowd, it don't matter. You could be the coldest cutter at home getting off it. If you ain't got the feel for the crowd, you go do a show and you just worried about how tight your shit is and the crowd ain't feeling you.
There you
what's
go.
really cracking.
There you go. Hey, if people want to get a hold of DLB, how would they be able to reach you, man?
Call my management line. Yeah, I got. They can catch me, the Music Man, on MySpace, or 1-800-BIG-PIMP.com. No, I'm just playing. I would say MySpace.
That's a cold website.
Somebody could use that. That's it. And you'll see me around the way in some of the clubs, some of the more adult-oriented clubs.
That's what's up. Y'all stay tuned. We got more on the menu. Big ups to my man DLB.
Word.
Keep up the good work, man.
Max bars.
Yeah.
Bro, oh my God. I'm feeling a certain kind of way seeing my man's face and hearing his voice. But you know that was 10 years ago talking about MySpace. that got me find you on MySpace. And
They even got that no more, right? I don't even know my passcode. I tried to get on there to find some pictures a couple months ago. I was like, MySpace is like,
and I'm actually laughing at you trying to get around using the word strip club. You was like adult. And you just gave a strip club, man.
Strip club, man.
That's how we
That's what it is.
So I know it was hot. So what was y'all sipping on? That didn't look like water. Didn't look like water.
Oh man, you see how hard we was sweating, man. We was sipping on some of that good beverage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, Jesus drunk a little wine, man.
I just thought that'd make y'all cooling down with the.
Hey.
So
it was cool though, and just to get his insight on DJing and you know, his years and experience in the game and people he motivated. You know, I remember Larry won a contest one time, and when they announced the winner, it wasn't him. I mean, he won hands down. Yeah. And everybody was kind of like, "What the heck?" And it was because they said he was like a special guest. Yeah. You're not in the you're a special guest. He's like, but I entered this contest just like everybody else, and that was before we went pro and all of that, bro. Yeah. It was like, you know, back in the days, you know, right after high school.
And that crazy how like head and shoulders, you know, he was above everybody else. So saying that, we're getting ready to play this mix for you guys, and it is like just watching Jay interview Larry Bell made me feel, like I said, a certain kind of way. But hearing this mix we're about to play for you, the name of the mix is Henry. And a lot of the DJs, I know, Henry. So a lot of the
I remember
DJs
that
watching
one.
this. Yeah, right. So
that's what one you that's what we're gonna rock? We rock the Henry one?
Henry, yeah.
Oh, so that's classic, man.
Oh yeah,
wasn't that with the old school Dr. Rhythm?
Yes, the Dr. Rhythm, the bass line on the sequential circuits. So I want to say this about my boy DLB. When he would put these mixes together, he did it like he was ahead of his time. So I'm listening to this in 2020, realizing that he used a cassette deck, he used vinyl, he used the drum machine, and he actually played the bass line, and he put all the stuff together with a like 4-track tape player. And this is the result. This is, I want to say, 1986 or 87.
Somewhere in there.
So ladies and gentlemen, on our show, Grand Jammer DLB, Henry. Damn, man, literally, that was 30-something years ago. 30 plus years ago. Bubba Zamal, y'all listening? Y'all was like, what, 2-3 years old?
They was in the living room listening. You know, he used to make beats with them standing right there, you know. Shout out to the nephews, Bubba Zamal.
Shout out to y'all. Man. And remember, too, is when the UKrew first started, Larry Bell was like our not-so-secret weapon. First of all, me and Jay would win contests lyrically, but then when the other brothers started getting kind of close, we had Larry Bell. You know, we had our own music. Our music was like, we had to go to House of Sound and dig through the crates of trying to find
Right.
And then Larry Bell would just make us one. So that was kind of
custom beat maker before, you know, people was really into making beats like they are now. You know,
he was like, so he was the first producer. So me being a producer, I come from Larry Bell. Almost every producer in Portland, like Larry Bell, like in the NFL, they have coaching trees. We have the Larry Bell tree. You know, like everybody kind of came down from Larry Bell. So that was, man.
Yeah.
So I know I'm talking a lot, but we got to get into this next one before we run out of time. We're going to play one more for you guys. This is another hood classic called That Was Fresh.
Let's get it.
Fresh. That was fresh. Pardon me, sir, but if I may make a suggestion. Shut up! My fellow Americans, I'm pleased to note today that I've signed legislation which will outlaw Russia forever. We begin bombing in 5 minutes. Shut up!
I'm sorry, you're scratching it up. Who's the part of another record
Yeah, man, that's like, man, I miss that dude. You know what I mean? Just the talent and the passion. You know, when you hear these mixes, bro, it's like you hear the passion. And a lot of DJs, they, like, to this day, a lot of them, in my opinion, they don't get the credit they deserve.
Right.
They really don't, because you hear the music first from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if they cool enough, they gonna drop your track if you run up to the DJ booth and say, "Hey man, can you play this for my girl, bro?"
Yeah, right.
That's a DJ that's gonna be like, "Oh man, yeah, man, I'm a slide that on." You know what I mean? Especially if it's a cut. To me, that's like the you know, DJs like of the past. I see a few DJs of the day that's coming up that show love like that, and I just want to encourage them to keep on doing that. Man.
Right.
Keep on showing love.
And it's kind of a West Coast thing too. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at remember NWA, right?
Yeah,
so they have Dr. Dre, who was a DJ, but then he was also a producer, but then they also had DJ Yella doing most of the scratch when they go live.
Right.
The same thing. They were like, so DLB's your DJ, what about Cookie? Oh, Cookie's our DJ too. But Larry Bell's mainly the producer.
Right. He
but
make the beats, And he could do the elbow scratch. Remember the elbow scratch? Nobody was doing that back then, man.
Cookie's our turntable wizard. Speaking of Cookie, the music you hear right now under us, that's Pimpin' Cookie. Sorry for the P. That's what it stands for. Fresh Pimpin' Cookie, y'all. So thank you guys for tuning in.
AKA Lil Rocket Genie. Yeah.
Oh my God. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, before we say anything more, I want to give a shout out to ElectroWiz. Saw him. If I didn't say it earlier, I mean, so I went and dropped him off. Remember we signed the album for him?
I remember that, yeah.
So I went and took that out to him. So shout out to ElectroWiz if you're watching. So everybody, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Shout out from Hakeem and
J Mac. Shout out to the entire Bell family too. Rest in peace to Larry Bell. One love, y'all.
Once again, back is the incredible